fire today.
Sitting here in the dark, I realized I didn't turn the lights on.
The Podgram with Tom and Christie.
It's sad that this is the world that we live in.
Here, let me stop and tie my shoe right in front of you so you can't drive.
The Podgram.
All of a sudden, I hear...
Well, I don't really care.
Join the conversation. 855-PODGRAM.
You bust your ass.
Yeah.
The Podgram with Tom and Christie starts now.
All right, welcome to the Podgram this morning. And we've got a... What does Steve Harvey say? We got a good one for you today. I don't know that we actually do, but I'm going to say it anyway. So today is Friday. Is it Friday? It is Friday. And that means that the weekend is finally here. Well, later today. Right now, let's say hello to our good friend, Christie. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Well, I'm going to show you. Today is brought to you by our...
Westmoreland, is that Bulldogs? What is that?
Yes, that's our volunteer T-shirt. Because yesterday was 4th grade fun day.
Yes. Yes, and you participated in 4th grade fun day.
Co-chaired
That's
4th
fun.
grade fun day.
That's fun.
Along with Karen and the one, the only, the legendary disco ball, Miss Tammy Alsante.
You, oh, yes. Tammy Alsante. Wait a minute. Okay. You
Because
wind up...
I'm telling you, that woman, she runs a ship like I have never seen. She went to Disney to learn how to do this stuff.
Oh, yeah. Well,
And when she runs a ship, I mean, whoa, it is amazing.
it's tight. Yeah. You seem to get roped into a lot of school stuff.
Roped? I volunteer.
Oh,
and
I
that's
see.
The problem. That is the problem. And subsequently, today's show is also brought to you by the letter T for tramadol.
Funny.
Because we overdid it.
Yeah.
Just slightly.
Oh, that's too funny. That's too funny.
I'm not kidding.
Yeah. So,
We're
what you got? Oh, you're drinking. You're drinking. All right. I'll see your drink and raise you a not Yeti.
Ooh, coffee's done already.
No, it's water.
Yeah.
No coffee, water this morning. Interesting. I'm almost off my meds for the pneumonia. And there was there was this one med that I was taking. It was the antibiotic that the directions were to break it in half and take half in the morning and half at night. Right? Boy, I hate that.
Really?
Yeah, because once you crack it in half, the stuff inside is exposed.
And the taste is...
Yeah, and it doesn't go away.
The only way you can do that is to maybe stick it in some peanut butter.
Yeah, so you didn't think about that.
And you do love peanut butter.
Oh, I made me a shake. Muscle Milk has some powder you can buy now, protein, shake powder that you can buy. I mean, you can buy the pre-mixed thing in the convenience store. It's like $4. It's not even 16 ounces. Yeah. And I love that stuff. So Mel found me some at Walmart that's in a powder form, and make it with almond milk and that stuff, and a great big scoop of peanut butter. And
I love almond milk. I do dearly love almond milk.
If I'm really wanting to be gluttonous, I'll throw a big old scoop of cream cheese in it too.
Cream cheese?
Yeah, thickens it up. Doesn't really add a whole lot of flavor, but it thickens it up real good. And then, because the thing is, you have the shake as a meal. Well, you got to have something to, for your stomach to work on. I mean, if it's just real thin liquid like a drink, it's gone really fast.
Yeah. I
mean, you might get the vitamins and stuff that are in it, but it doesn't last. It's like eggs. It just doesn't last long.
It gives you the staying power.
Yes. Yes.
I gotcha.
And so I was sitting there watching TV last night and having had my shake, and I felt like I just got away from the Thanksgiving table.
Well, it's like I was doing the volunteer gig yesterday, and, I've been having some issues with one particular leader figurehead from the school.
Yes.
And, she seems to have no confidence in my ability, which absolutely floors me, because typically you ask me to get something done and it's like, oh, could you hand me there it is. You know me. I'm like, I'm radar.
Yeah.
And yet she seems to have absolutely no confidence in my ability whatsoever. And it was like a shining moment yesterday. We had gotten these little, those little individual ice cream cups that you can get, like the little teeny tinies that you get like 3 spoonfuls out of and it's done.
Yeah.
Well, we had those donated for our little ice cream thing because they watched this DVD of all of the moments from all the 5 years that they're at the elementary school. And they're candid shots from the entire time they're there. And we have this kid at the school he's not a kid, I guess. He's in his 20s, but he puts together all of this stuff for us, and he does a phenomenal job. His name's Patrick Cardillo. He's really nice. He's really cool.
Yeah.
And we were running around. We had like a ton of these little ice creams left over, and I was taking.
Are these the ice cream cups that give you the little wooden paddle thing to eat it with? You remember those?
Last year they had the little wooden paddles because we got them from a different manufacturer, but similar, yes.
Yes.
So
Allison Cook and Scotty Beecham in the
hi, Scotty.
Facebook Live chat room right now. So, yeah.
So I had a handful of spoons and I had a bag of ice cream.
Yeah.
And and I had shoved, there's 12 in a bag, and I had shoved an additional 8 in the bag.
Yeah.
So it's over full.
Yeah.
And I'm running around. I stopped in the office and I gave a couple to the girls in the office. And then I ran down and gave one to the nurse. And I gave one to a couple of people in the outlying offices that never get out and never get stuff because they're always in the outlying, and they never get out. They never get stuff. They're always complaining.
Yeah.
So I took care of my peeps.
Yeah.
So I'm on my way back and doing this second run. Now I'm taking the leftovers that are about half melted.
Right.
And I'm going to stow them in the teacher's lounge freezer.
Yeah.
Because there's no room anywhere else.
Right.
And I've already been through the office, talked to the secretary, and she said, we can't put them in our freezer in here because it's this big.
Right.
It's like one of those itty bitty tiny fridge freezers.
Like a college dorm size thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's a little bit bigger than that, but it's still one of those teeny tinies. So she says, take it down the hallway. And take it down to the teacher's lounge freezer, which is bigger. Not much bigger, mind you, but it's bigger.
Yeah.
So I'm headed down the hallway and I see this particular figurehead leader coming towards me. And I had just passed the nurse's office and she's like, oh, perhaps Mrs. Nurse would like one. I went, I already got her.
Yeah. That's great.
And I was like, stick that in your...
We were, a minute ago, we were talking about me sticking peanut butter in my shake mix thing. And Allison Cook says that she doesn't do peanut butter. She loved it as a kid. But I want to tell you, have you heard of PB2?
No.
PB2 is a product that is actually a waste product of peanuts when they extract the peanut oil out of them. And it's a powder. It's completely dehydrated, de-oiled peanuts. It's what's left over after it's all said and done.
Yeah.
And you can put it in water or milk or shake mix and reconstitute it back into peanut butter again.
Well, the problem with me and Jen with peanut butter is that it's so calorically high.
Yeah.
That she and I are on a mission to try and lose a little bit of weight before we hit a certain goal. She wanted to try and lose some weight for a family reunion, which is coming up soon. And I wanted to try and lose some weight before bathing suit season. Epic fail. But
but the thing is though that you wear your bathing suit in the backyard.
I don't care. I still go outside in a bikini top.
Yeah.
I figure it's my backyard, and hell, I'm scaring the deer away.
Yeah, but but the
They
thing,
stay away from my garden. It's better than a scarecrow.
see, now, when I go to the pool, it's at the campground, and it's more public, and so people actually see me.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I mean, the only people that see me are the cows, and they don't seem to mind. And the farmers, and I don't think they think I'm any different than a cow.
The Podgram with Tom and Christie. Join the conversation. 855-PODGRAM.
That is just completely untrue. That's 11 minutes after the hour right now on the Podgram. We're streaming live over on Facebook. We're on TuneIn, and we're on YouTube Live. So, hey, why don't you join us and maybe pick up the phone and give us a call and say, hey, tell us what's going on with you. So there you go.
My point was solid white, because, I'm pasty, right?
Yeah.
Solid white, little black spots from the bathing suit,
Yeah.
So I'm just all white with little black spots,
I've never seen white cows with black spots. I'm sorry.
Well, they're dairy cows.
I've seen white dogs with black spots.
Well,
Dalmatians.
I'll take pictures of the cows across the street.
Are those the ones that have that white band around the middle?
Yeah.
Oh, those are, I forget what those are called, but those are kind of spendy cows.
Something.
Yeah,
I think they're Holstein cows.
That may be what it is. Yeah, maybe, yeah.
So I'm saying, no difference, they just cruise on by. It's like nothing to see. Nothing to see. Not that I'm calling myself a cow. I'm just saying.
All right, well, don't be.
It's like nothing to look at. Nothing to look at. I mean,
yeah.
If I was getting out of the pool in a red bikini like that, scene from, what the heck was it? What was the movie? Oh, God.
I don't know.
Killing me.
You think about it. Allison Cook says it's hard losing weight, and it is. And without turning it into Weight Loss Wednesday, because I get on these soapbox, it's very difficult. And the problem is with losing weight, and I said this before, it has to be a lifestyle change. It has to be. You can't like the Atkins thing. That works. It works great. But then as soon as for the first problem is 3 days in, you're ready to go hold up a bakery. And then,
yeah.
And then, once you've done it now, and you walk past that same bakery, you've just gained it all back.
Yeah.
Because you have to be willing to stay on the no carb thing forever. If that's what you're doing.
Yeah.
Now, I had a friend of mine who I worked with in Florida who ballooned up pretty good, and he paid a nutritionist to teach him how to eat. And the nutritionist told him, all right, look, you can metabolize. Fred Ray's in the room with us today. Let's see what we got.
Hey, Fred Ray.
We got Allison Cook, we got Scotty, we got Fred, and we got Edgel is in the room too. Yeah.
Ooh.
All right.
Loving it.
Edgel got him a gig as an Horry County firefighter. That's Horry County is Myrtle Beach. Is where that is.
Congrats.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah. But the problem.
Phil starts his new gig on Monday.
That's cool.
So he's like, this is the first time I've ever actually left a job where I wasn't laid off.
Let go from it. Yeah. There aren't many that I didn't get fired from. I'm going to tell you right now.
He goes, this is all foreign. What?
Resign? How do you do that? I'm just used to them saying, get out, you're fired.
Well, it's he's honest to God, he doesn't know what to do.
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny because I'm so used to getting blown out of my jobs that when I go to resign, I'm like, do I really want to do? Damn it. Really?
Is somebody supposed to take care of all this?
They aren't. Yeah. Yeah. There's supposed to be an exit interview.
They come to the door and they're like, sir, can you get a box and grab your stuff?
Yeah. There's two guys outside my office ready to escort you to your car. Yeah. So that's funny. So Phil starts his gig on that Monday. Anyway, so when losing weight is hard. Sorry, still coughing, still choking. My
charger came out of my phone.
Because if you quit drinking or you quit smoking or you quit, I don't know, shooting up meth, whatever it is you do, when you quit that, you've got to resign yourself to the fact you can never do it again. But the problem is you can go to lose weight and you still got to eat 2 more times today. You can't not eat anymore. You can't do that. So,
well, like, I don't mean to keep interrupting, but like mine and Jen, we're on a plan, or any other gastric bypass patient, where you're supposed to be on a 1,200 calorie diet per day.
yes.
1,200 calories.
Yes.
Now divided, that's, minuscule amount of calories.
Well, let me
meal.
tell you, because this is what the nutritionist told my buddy. Your body, once it starts to go into, once you start to once your metabolism gets kicked off, it will run for about an hour before it stops. See, and so what happens is, it will burn about 500 calories in that hour. Now, if you ate 1,000 calories to get it started, then it'll burn 500 of those, and then the other 500, the surplus, they just tack it on right back here on your glutes.
Yep.
And so the key is to eat less than 500 calories at a time, not in a day or twice or three times a day, but so you can eat the 500 calories, and then you can wait an hour. So your metabolism shuts down after an hour, stops after an hour. You wait 30, 40 minutes, and you eat again. And you do this all day long, and the weight just fell. The problem is you have to be able to eat many times a day. And if you're like in a corporate environment, you really can't do that. If you're in a structured workplace, you really can't do that. But if you're at home and you got your feet up on the couch all day, first of all, maybe you should go see if you can get a job at a corporate place. But but then you can eat like that. So little snacks all throughout the day. Yeah. So
well, and most places don't mind if you're a grazer, because if you think about it, most workplaces allow you to have snacks on your desk.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you can be a grazer, because most of the time they tell you to eat things that are healthy for you.
Yes.
And most things that are healthy for you are desk friendly, because they aren't greasy, they aren't sloppy, they aren't drippy. All of the good stuff.
Hey, I know that eliminates everything I just eat.
But when you start eating a surplus of carbs and sugar.
Yeah, that's when you get fat.
Carbs burn to sugar.
Yeah.
It actually, your brain starts to make you want to overeat.
Yeah. The other thing is that carbs don't send you that I'm full signal nearly as quickly as the protein. Now, if you got to eat carbs, balance it with protein.
Yeah.
But like if you just sit down with a bag of kettle cooked chips and there's no protein, you'll sit there and eat the whole bag. And it all turns into sugars, and it's bad.
Hold on one second.
What, do you got, a bathroom break?
Good morning, Tammy.
Morning. You have a show?
You're on the podcast.
All right, we'll give me a high sign when you're done there. Okay, so, but the thing is, once you have actually started to lose some weight or seen some results, that's great motivation to keep going. And that's, because it is so hard to do. And most people want instant gratification. Oh, well, I dieted all day long and I didn't lose anything, and so I quit. But if you stick with it and you lose that first 5 pounds, it becomes kind of a woohoo, and then I can do it, and that's a great motivator. See, that's me. I'm a foodie, Alice, and I like to eat too. The keto diet almost killed you. Blood sugar dropped to 18. Wow, Becky Burrows is in. Thanks for joining us this morning. What is our blood sugar? Now, my blood sugar was into almost 500 last week when I went to the hospital. Are you back now? Okay.
This is how much I love my little school.
Yeah.
Because Tammy was just calling to tell me that the phone charger that I think I lost.
Yeah.
they're tracking it down for me.
They're tracking it down.
Yes. And by the way, Miss Burrows is one of the ones that I was going to give ice cream to but she had a student in her room, and I could not barge in there and give her ice cream because it would have been against the rules to give said student ice cream.
Hey, little girl, want some ice cream? I love the way Becky spells her name. I love the way she spells her name. It's so cute.
Yeah. I know.
Becki.
I know. She is the sweetest. She came out for lunch, and she came over to the window, and I'm like, what you want? She's like, I don't care.
Yeah.
What's for lunch? I'm like, all right, I'll load you up. Hang on.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny.
She texted me and she's like, lunch now? I'm like, sure, come on out.
Hot dogs and ice cream. That's wow.
No, we had pizza and cookies and oh my God, everybody went crazy.
Now, was it Caesar's Pizza or was it something they made at school?
No, we had a local pizza shop that does hand-tossed pizza.
Right, because you guys have actual pizza there.
We do have the actual pizza.
Have you got one of your earbuds out or something? I keep hearing you squeal a little bit.
No.
I don't know. Yes, you guys have actual pizza places that you can get decent pizza from there. We have Little Caesars down here.
We had Grandes from across the street do it, and they always do a really good job for us. And,
yeah, that's awesome.
We had parents that baked, and we had a parent who made cotton candy for each of the kids.
Well, there's diabetic on a stick right there.
My daughter's like, oh my God, Mom, I don't think I consumed anything yesterday that wasn't like so high sugar.
Yeah.
And then they wound us all up and said, calm down. She goes, that was smart.
Yeah, Scotty says that he had to introduce more carbs on his keto diet because it confused his diabetes. Yeah, Ray, they have one here. So pies from Brooklyn, New York. Oh, do we? Okay. You know where else locally, Fred, that I like to go is Cafe Vesuvio over in Sanford, in that rundown ass shopping center where Food Line is behind O'Reilly's. I love that place. Reminds me of Rome, New York. Was it Boys from Italy? Is that what it was called?
Yeah.
Yeah. I got a piece of glass in my calzone from them one time. But you know what? I didn't care. It was good. Just sit that right over here.
I was watching Judge Judy yesterday, and this lady goes, "Yeah, I had to go to the Food Line." I was down at the Food Line, and Judge Judy goes, "Food Line?
Yeah.
What?" And she goes, "It's a grocery store."
Yeah.
She goes, "Oh, so you were at the grocery store?" She goes, "Yeah, was that Food Line?"
That's what we have here. I'm like,
okay, so it's a grocery store chain. It's not like he said it was a Piggly Wiggly, which is a grocery store chain.
We have those too. We have a couple of those left over down here. Yeah. You know what we used to have? You know what we used to have here? It's not here anymore. I think there's some in other states, but we used to have a store called Winn-Dixie.
All because of Winn-Dixie.
And well, I guess that's where that movie came from. But anyway, the name for that movie. But it was like the white trash grocery store.
Yeah.
But they had the cool part about Winn-Dixie. My dad used to go there all the time. My mom hated it. My dad, I'm going to tell you right now, I don't care who's listening, and I don't care. My dad bought me a pair of shoes from Winn-Dixie one time. I did tell you that story about the shoes from Winn-Dixie where made me wear them bitches to school. Winn-Dixie shoes now.
Winn-Dixie shoes.
Yeah. Yeah, and then he got pissed when I spray painted because they were like pastel yellow with like pastel powdery blue accent and a fake Nike stripe. Walmart and Food Line. Oh, Scotty's got a Winn-Dixie left over there in Geology. Yeah, that's where they pulled out of North Carolina. But the diet sodas that they had, they were all good, and they had like every kind of. If you go into the grocery store and you buy their house brand of soda, they don't have like diet root beer and they don't have like diet this and diet. But Winn-Dixie had it all, and it was really good. Yeah.
See, now lately I have been drinking the 0-calorie Walmart brand carbonated water.
Oh yeah. They come in like a liter bottle.
Yes.
Oh, the coconut. I call it pina colada because that's essentially what the flavor is. Right.
And the key lime is kicking. there's like 4 or 5, 6 flavors that are actually really good.
That's like 60 cents a bottle. Yeah.
Yeah.
For a liter.
Yeah, for a whole liter bottle.
Yeah.
And I drink 132 ounce a day, and then I drink something else.
Yeah.
So that's like my soda fix, which I'm not supposed to have anything carbonated because, gastric bypass. But that's my soda fix.
Yeah.
And then I drink something else.
Czech Cola. That's right, Scotty. That's Winn-Dixie's brand. Czech Cola. Yeah.
But I love it, love it, love it.
Yeah, they look at me like I'm on crack when I buy that, because when I go in there and now here's the weird part is they don't normally have the coconut pineapple flavor. Is that what it is? Coconut pineapple? Yeah. They don't normally have that flavor. They've got a few of them, but that's usually all you get. And so when I go in there and I find a case of them, I'll take the whole case. I will load my cart up until it starts to bend over from the weight.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And they look at me like I go to the cash register and it's like $10.
The other one that I'm in love with now is the cherry vanilla.
Oh, haven't seen that one.
Oh, ma'am. Cherry vanilla is so good. And I'm basically back and forth between the trifecta of the key lime, the cherry vanilla, and the coconut pineapple.
Trifecta.
Yeah. It's the trifecta of happiness.
That's funny. That is so funny. Yes. Well, I guess you've gone through all of the what was the stuff you got on Amazon?
Oh, I can't drink that anymore.
Why?
No more Bywater.
What happened?
Well, the sweetener in it. There's a special sweetener that they use. And that particular sweetener, when it's consumed in a certain quantity, it processes into when it breaks down, it can create like a diabetic yeast.
Huh.
And it can create issues.
That's weird.
And I formed an allergy to it.
And you have issues.
And I had an issue with it.
The Podgram with Tom and Christie. Join the conversation. 855-PODGRAM.
Well, we have made it about halfway through the program today, and there hasn't been a whole lot of moments. Been able to keep it moving for the most part. I'd like you to join us if you can. Call us up on the phone, 855-PODGRAM. It's a toll-free call. And also, you can check us out on TuneIn, Facebook Live, and YouTube Live. All right, so I'm gonna switch over to YouTube Live here for a second. Let's see if anybody's in the chat room over there. Facebook's always a good place to hang out because all the cool people are over there. We got Scotty Beecham, Allison Cook, and Edgel is now an Horry County firefighter, and they're all hanging out in the Facebook Live chat room, and you can join us too. We'd like to have you along with us and participate in the conversation there.
So I was quite shocked the other, 2 days ago, was it yesterday or 2 days ago, to see, I wanted to have a show yesterday really bad because I wanted to talk about this, that your buddy, John Schneider.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Has been sentenced to jail.
What?
Your buddy's going to jail.
I just saw him on the Dukes of Hazzard on Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
I can't believe they're playing that show on Amazon Prime. Okay, so
yo buddy's going to the big house.
Going to the Clinkeroni.
Jesse can't save him now.
Roscoe showed up to get him.
Well, Dukes of Hazzard star John Schneider has reportedly been sentenced to jail for not paying over $150,000 in delinquent alimony.
Alimony.
Yep. He was sentenced to 3 days in county jail on Monday for not paying.
3 days?
3 whole days. But for a star, for like a celebrity.
I don't know. Let me tell you something about that. I met him once.
Yeah.
When I was at the gear shop. And he showed up. He was there. And he likes being a star. He loves to be a star.
Yeah.
And anyway, so he says to me, "Would you like an autograph?" I'm like, no, that's all right. And he was extremely offended by that. I was like, sorry, man. I don't look at celebrities like that because having worked in radio, and been exposed to that world. It's not a big deal. It's not special to me because I just, most of the celebrities I've run into are, frankly, they're assholes. So, I mean, it's like, Casey and the Sunshine Band, and, it's like Garth Brooks was very cool, though. I liked him. He was cool.
Yeah. What about the guy who does American Pie?
I'm not sure who that is.
The Bye Bye Miss American.
Oh, Don
Pie.
McLean?
Yes, he is such a jerk. If you ask him to play that song, he flips the jerk switch.
Yeah, well, see, that's what he's known for. That's what he's known for. He should expect.
But he was there to play new music, and you were not to mention it.
Yeah.
He's from Utica, so he was here to play that song plus his new stuff.
Yeah.
But once he got here, he refused to play American Pie. Whatever. Be a jerk.
But that's what he's known for.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Allison met Bill Elliott when she was a kid. So I'm not really starstruck by people. I'm really not. It's just because you work in the industry and you meet these people and it is what it is. So but this is what's interesting about Schneider is that his big deal role in life was the Dukes of Hazzard.
Yep.
And then he became typecast. So after the Dukes of Hazzard was canceled after 7 seasons, nobody really wanted him because he was Bo Duke. You can't put him in something else and give him a whole...
He did do one other...
He did Smallville.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then his cohort, Tom Wopat...
had a better career.
He a little bit. He was in a lot of Lifetime movies.
And he also did another small series.
Longmire. He was in Longmire.
And he was in another... It lasted like 1 season and then it tanked.
Yeah. So Schneider was on Smallville, and I don't know that I've seen him in anything else actually besides Dukes and Smallville. But the thing is, I have seen him on eBay, and for $100, this is a buy it now on eBay. Now it's probably not there now, but for $100, buy it now. You can get a birthday greeting from John Schneider as Bo Duke, a phone call for 60 seconds to the person of your choice for their birthday. How desperate is that? How desperate is that? I'll call you and wish your person a happy birthday for $100 as Bo Duke. What?
That's bottom of the barrel.
That's pretty bottom feeder right there. And so once that happened, if I had any respect for him before, I certainly didn't have any after that. And then he's also sold stuff on eBay, and he thinks it's worth millions because he owns it.
Well, this is interesting that in addition to jail time, he has to do 240 hours of community service. And in February, he reported that the judge gave him until March 14th to pay more than the $150,000 in support to his wife, Elvira Ellie Schneider. Elvira. Who married somebody named Elvira?
Giddy
but anyway,
up, boom bop, mow mow.
Giddy up.
Boom bop, mow mow.
My heart.
Watch it. We'll get flagged for copyright infringement.
Yeah.
Scotty's not starstruck either. It's really cool to meet stars that are down home and genuine. Alan Jackson was the kind of guy you could... Alan Jackson was cool. Do you remember when Billy Ray Cyrus came to the radio station?
No.
I was talking to Scotty. Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Never mind you. You just sit over there.
Wrong station.
Just be quiet. No,
so... At the time, the judge reportedly ordered John to transfer his Apple Valley property to his wife and to resolve the property's tax liens, and that he did not resolve the tax liens. She filed for divorce in LA County on November 14th after 21 years of marriage.
Wow.
So you got to know something was going on.
Yeah.
She cited irreconcilable differences, and in September, he was ordered to pay her $18,000 a month.
Wow.
The couple have 3 adult children together, Leah, Chazen, and Karis.
Yeah. 18,000 a month. So the guy must still be making some cheese somehow. I bet.
I mean, he gets rights. From
yeah,
the
he gets
show.
royalties off stuff. Yeah. I'm
18. But after 21 years.
Yeah.
And for how long?
Yeah.
That's what I want to know. For how long? 5 years, 10 years? It's not for eternity.
Well, she remarries. It kind of puts the nix on it.
Well, I mean, there's lots of women who will ride the, alimony train.
We can shack up, but I can't get married because that'll stop my $18K a month.
Yeah.
Hey,
I'll pay you to get remarried.
People have done that, not only for that purpose, but also military benefits.
Yeah.
When someone is widowed by a soldier, a former soldier, they wouldn't historically remarry because they were still getting their VA benefits and all that stuff. Now, I believe that you can get remarried and hang on to those benefits now.
I actually know a couple who met, fell in love, had this really epic love story, but did not get married for 25 years because she had a son. And when they met, she had a son. He was, I think, 2 at the time. Mm-hmm. But his father was killed in an accident shortly before they met. And he worked throughway. He was a road flagger. Mm-hmm. And he was struck and killed. And the settlement from that, if she remarried, he lost some of his benefits, some of his ongoing support benefit. Mm-hmm. So they wrote it until he aged out at 21.
Yeah.
And they should have. I mean, he got better college rates. He got better, benefit. He got better insurance. He got better everything because of that situation. And they didn't care. I mean, he was married before. She was married before. Mm-hmm. They lived together happily. They didn't need to put a certificate on it. They did just so that, in the event of one of them dying, they had a business together. They had, a house so that their financial stuff was taken care of. But 22 years. Yeah. That's dedication. I mean, and they're still together and they're still happy.
But John Schneider, what a
dirtbag.
He is a dirtbag.
Just pay your wife.
He was a dirtbag. Yeah. Well, and quit. I mean, because he still thinks he's a major star. It's like, come on, man.
Just buck up and pay.
I remember the Tom Wopat series. Was it Sybil?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I do remember.
It was like 1 or 2 seasons. Yeah.
Yeah, I do remember that.
The Podgram with Tom and Christie.
They're still at it.
I'm walking two people talk about nothing.
Join the conversation. 855-PODGRAM.
20 till right now at the Podgram. Thanks so much for hanging out with us today. In the live chat over on Facebook, we got Scotty Beecham. We got Allison Cook hanging out with us. Fred Ray is over there, and Joshua Edgel is hanging out with us today. So we certainly appreciate you guys hanging out with us, and welcome one and all. You can catch us on TuneIn 24 hours a day. We're streaming over there 24/7. Also, if you put the Z Player app on your Amazon Alexa device, you can stream us on that. You're supposed to be able to just tell Alexa to play us, and she's supposed to, but for some reason Alexa believes there is some kind of a musical artist named Pod Graham, and so when you ask for it, it tells you it doesn't have any of his music. So
so Alexa smokes crack.
Alexa smokes crack, and well, the same thing happens on the Google thing too. If you ask Google, so apparently at some point there was an artist of some sort named Pod Graham, and but nobody has his music, and it's not available on either Amazon or Google. So. But yeah, so for some reason, and we've been battling trying to get that taken care of. Maybe even change the name of the show as it's regarded on the on those devices. to maybe Tom and Christie. Play Tom and Christie if you on those. But anyway, I digress. So there's TuneIn 24/7. You can get the app on your phone. On our website, it'll take you right to the place where you can download it for your device. And then there's, of course, Facebook Live and YouTube Live that we do live show from. Yeah. All right. Now that I've talked about that and burnt a little bit of time.
So now on to your second favorite subject.
Okay. Food.
Past the Dukes of Hazzard. Actually, yes. Did you hear about the scuffle at the Waffle House?
The scuffle at the Waffle House. Tell me about the scuffle.
Over 50 cents.
Really?
Yep. Some people got cuffed and stuffed. You like that little transition?
Yeah. Now we've got video.
Dukes of Hazzard to the Waffle House.
We've got video.
Let me read a little.
And the video's like 7 minutes, so we can't play the whole thing. But
No. So 2 black customers were reportedly handcuffed after complaining to Waffle House employees that they were overcharged.
Yeah.
These Florida employees allegedly called the police after the couple refused to pay for a $1.50 overcharge on an orange juice that was listed at $1 on the menu.
Yeah.
Now, they shared a video of the police body camera footage stating that the couple was arrested for theft and trespassing, though he claims the pair never received the food and left money on the counter during the dispute. The Waffle House employees called the police after the customers demanded to talk to management.
Yeah.
In the body camera footage, the police officer asked the couple to come outside while they're still arguing with the wait staff.
Yeah.
Once outside, the couple tries to explain the issue with the bill to the police officer and says that they have to pay the bill or they'll be arrested for theft. The pair are eventually handcuffed and both are released without being charged with anything. The pair paid for their meal, but the woman returned to the Waffle House later and received a full refund.
Huh. And so now we have video.
Yes.
Okay. Here comes the video. Yep, that's the Waffle House.
Come here. Yeah, you are. Come here.
So this is the officer that we see going in?
Yes.
Oh,
the
I'm
body
gonna put
cam.
my hands on you. Get out of here. You want him to trespass? No. He's going to come off his attitude. I'm going to come off his attitude. You want him to trespass?
He's on her name for the 1
Do you want him gone?
We're leaving, but we just trying to
Shane, step it up.
We ordered our food. We waiting on her charges.
Then pay for your food.
We went on $100 and went on her charges. Right. We were trying to get her to fix the receipt, but she walked out and called you instead of fixing the $1 thing on the receipt. Instead of just listening.
Okay, well then he should come out and talk to me like a man. Back up. Back up. Shane, step it up. That's fine, because I'm recording too.
Look at those 2 people sitting there just eating. Whatever.
They're like typical night.
Yep. Happens every day at the Waffle.
Better be right. You want to listen to this white woman?
You didn't listen to none of the story or nothing. You just came here back.
Are you going to pay for your food?
I work paying for our food. We're waiting to explain the situation to us.
Okay.
You came here with
my food
and everything. That's what came here reckless, sir. He came here the wrong way.
No, you got to explain that shit.
No, he came here the wrong way. He should have came here like that.
Good. Shit, I got Michael's in both. He good. He can do what the fuck he want to do.
Uh-oh.
I'm glad you got Michael's in booth.
Okay, shit. You better have a good lawyer. I ain't trying to put your hands on me, sir. It's going to be a problem.
Because he ain't did nothing wrong to nobody.
I'm here minding my own guy.
Okay. I think we've burned that biscuit.
I mean, but first of all, did you see the cop's demeanor?
Yes.
I mean, that was, I don't like the way that he was talking to them. I mean, just come here.
Yeah.
Come here.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think you should have gone over and said, sir, could you like come outside with me, please? Pretty, please.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not suggesting that you should come over and be all sugary sweet.
Right.
But there's a difference between, come here.
Yeah.
And then when he said, why don't you come outside and talk to me? Like, why don't you man up and come outside and talk to me?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's not right.
No. That's crazy.
That's not right.
Yeah.
That's not respecting. I mean, and they were being disrespectful. They were making a scene. And the whole reason they were making a scene is so that they would get what they wanted.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's kind of a cultural thing. And the funny part is that's my Waffle House in Fort Walton Beach, Florida.
Oh, it's funny.
I've been in that Waffle House. It is the Waffle House that it has survived how many hurricanes, and even through a hurricane.
I'm going to tell you something right now. The Waffle House never gets destroyed anywhere, anytime. They never lose electricity. They never close. Nothing bad ever happens other than that. Drunk people come in.
Why they don't employ Waffle House designers, like restaurant designers, to work for FEMA is beyond me.
Well, the Waffle House designers. Oh, my sister, Gretchen Tippett, has joined the live stream.
Because whoever designs the Waffle Houses needs to go work for FEMA.
I used to sit at the Waffle House.
Other buildings.
When it would snow. I mean, listen, you could go into a town that was ravaged by a tornado. The entire town is flat except the Waffle House.
Yep.
It's still there. It's still running.
And it's still got power.
They still got power. That's exactly
they're
right.
making bacon.
They're making yep. Yeah, I don't understand. The dumpiest, trashiest place on earth is the Waffle House, and it's the one thing that survives Armageddon. Maybe it's because it's so dumpy and nasty.
The Podgram with Tom and Christie.
They're still at it. I'm walking two people talk about nothing.
Join the conversation. 855-PODGRAM.
It's 9:47 right now on the Podgram. Friday, the weekend is finally here, and it's yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Actually, I have work to do on my van. I've got.
Do you?
Yeah, I do. I've replaced everything
Again?
on that van except the body style. It's the title says it's a 2000, but everything but the body is 2018. It's all brand new.
You in that van.
Well, in hindsight, I probably should have not fixed that van and taken the money that I spent on it and just bought another van. That's what I should have done.
No, but now you know what you have.
But now, I have a piece of crap. I'm up to my armpits in it, though, so I can never get my money back out of it.
You're upside down in it. Yeah.
I mean, it is, and it's and the whole thing was based on the idea that it's very, very low mileage.
Yeah.
But once a vehicle sits, and this one sat for a long time, once you've left a vehicle to sit and do nothing for years, it isn't the same. It messes it up.
No, it really does. I mean, because you get moisture and dirt and crevices and crap in places that it just shouldn't be, and gaskets break down and rubber doesn't seal, and
it's like a house.
Ever the same.
You ever seen a house that's sat abandoned for like a year, 2 years? It seems like as soon as the people move out of it, it starts to degrade.
Yeah.
Which is interesting to me because my kids can destroy a house. They did. You would look when the storm came up. King of tricked out vehicles, rolling radio shows. Scotty B. Man, I drove some junk when I lived in Columbus until I got that Pontiac from the Carl Gregory dealer that I didn't even buy it. We just traded services. I cut their commercials in exchange for this old car. And I drove it for years. Never got a title to it, but I drove the car for years until I finally found it was so worn out that I ended up giving it to some junkyard. I didn't even want to take it because I didn't have a title for it. Anyway, yeah. Scotty got me off my what was I talking about? My ADHD.
Your kids can destroy
my
a
kids.
house.
When the storm came here and tore my house down, when the oak trees fell through the place, split it in half, that was still less damage than my kids had already done to it. That storm,
Oh, wow.
that storm did nothing compared to what my kids have done to this house. They had holes in the walls. They did stuff that I have no idea how it even happened. And of course, when you ask them about it, oh, I didn't do it. I don't know. Who did it? I don't know. Maybe Jenny did it. Maybe Travis did it. Maybe Emily did it. Some kid we don't know came in and did it. There's always an answer.
Do it.
Nobody does anything around here. It's funny because I say there's 5 words I've never heard in my house. I'm sorry, I did it. I'm sorry, I did. Nobody ever.
That would blow you away.
Yeah.
That would be a Father's Day.
Now, what's
right
interesting?
there.
Yeah. Now, what's interesting about that is that I said to Emily one time, you know what? There's 5 words I have never heard. And she says, what? I'm sorry I did it. She right out of the gate, she got it. Right out of the gate. She guessed it. Yeah.
I was reading a Facebook post on my Facebook look back.
Somebody gave us a little smiley face thing that just went all over the. Yeah, thank you, whoever. See who's here. We got Scotty, we got Allison, we got Edgel. That's our core group today.
Cool.
Is Scotty, Allison, and Edgel. I guess my sister disappeared. I guess we bored her to tears. So happy early Father's Day. Thank you very, very much, Allison. Thank you.
I was reading a Facebook post.
Happy belated Mother's Day to you. It's been
2 years ago, and it was when the alligator kind of like ate the kid at Disney.
Yeah.
Or killed the kid at Disney.
Yeah.
And I was watching TV with Andy, and she said, and I said, isn't that terrible? And Andy's like, oh, wouldn't that be horrible? And I said, see, by not taking you to Disney, I saved your life.
That's right. Let me tell you what Pat did. Scotty remembers.
And she said, not exactly what I had planned, Mom.
Yeah. Scotty remembers Pat.
Yeah.
You remember Pat. Let me tell you what
I'm trying to forget.
Let me tell you what
therapy.
her moron ass self did. We lived in Ocala, Florida. And she worked for this company called McDuff's Electronics. It was like a bionic Radio Shack that sold washers and dryers in addition to everything else.
Mm-hmm.
And there was these guys that would give her a hard time and tell her this stuff. Anyway, she wanted to pet an alligator. We were in Florida. She'd never seen him before. It was something new and exciting, kind of like we've had the discussion where she was excited by the gay people because she'd never really seen a real one before. And Ocala was like full of them. Hey, Mikey, how are you? Mike Fusco joined up this morning. But she was excited to see all the new stuff, right? And so the gay people and the alligators. And so the guy told her that she worked with, his name was Joe. Big old black dude. He must have gone about 6'7". Big guy. And he was cool. He used to rag on her all the time. One time, my car ran out of gas. I had this little Ford Escort that I bought for $200. It had no power anything. It was like the bargain basement. You know, the car probably brand new cost $500. No air conditioning.
Full tank of gas doubled the value.
Yes. No air conditioning, manual transmission, no power steering, no power brakes, roll down windows, vinyl seats. I mean, this thing was like the bargain basement thing. And I bought the car for $200 and had to do a little bit of work to it. But anyway, so one day I'm driving and I run out of gas. Now, the radio station, my apartment complex, and McDuff's were all on the same road. It was a busy road, but they were all on the same road. So I ran out of gas going from the radio station to home. Home was in the middle. So I walked the car to McDuff's Electronics like a dog by pulling it along with the steering wheel. And Joe started giving Pat a hard time. Can't even give the man a couple of dollars. I could fill it up for $5, right? Anyway, so she wanted to pet the gators. And there was a place called Half Moon Lake that was ridden with these 16-footers, 18-footers. They were big gators. So she takes her daughter, both of her daughters out there to Half Moon Lake. And they went trouncing through the tall weeds and grass looking for the nest. And they started chasing these gators out of the nest where there was babies. So then she decided, Joe told her they liked chicken. So we had stopped at KFC, and she had some chicken bones. And she was standing over the edge of the water, dangling these chicken bones, trying to get a gator to come over. I was in the car. I'm like, screw this. I'm not getting out. Come on, chicken, get out here. I was like, nope, if it eats you. And look, I'm telling you right now.
Somebody's got to be there to drive him to the hospital.
No, I told her, I said, listen, when that thing comes up here and snatches you under, I'm just leaving it. I'm going to forget I ever knew you. I'm not going to rescue you. I'm not coming out to beat it off of you. I'm gone. I'm hightailing it out of here. Happy Friday, Mike. I'm gone. If that thing grabs you and drags you in the water, that's it. And
unbelievable.
So she goes back and tells them what she had done, and they were like, their faces all had turned white. Even the black guy face turned white as a sheet because they couldn't believe she was stupid enough to go out there and do that, and that she didn't get eaten by doing so. So, yeah,
that's crazy.
Yep.
That's insanity.
Yeah. So I don't play with those.
No.
Now, when I lived in Fort Myers, you'd see gators running through the neighborhoods. Because a little town I lived in, Lehigh Acres, there was these channels that ran like city street grids, right?
Yeah.
And they would be in these channels. And if you had a little white fluffy dog, and Johnny Gator saw it, he would come and get it.
Well, we have to worry about hawks around here.
Yeah.
We have a lot of hawks and little dogs.
Scotty says Pat was scary.
Pat was scary. I mean, like, scary.
Yeah.
Like,
Catcher doesn't like her either. She's still dead.
ugh.
Yeah. Not from a gator attack, but I think the official thing was she overdosed on prescription meds.
I mean, scary.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
I lived with that, yeah.
Movie people were like, okay, here's your mindset. All right, Jason. All right, Michael. Think Pat. Go.
Yeah.
All right, Kruger. Come on. Channel your inner Pat. Come on. You can do it.
Tim Marini's in with us this morning. Good morning to you, Timmy. Oh, Mike says all his exes live in alligators. That's great. Not Texas. Florida. And alligator. Yeah, that is too funny.
So not funny.
Yeah,
dead women are supposed to tell no tale.
well, she was scary. And, yeah, I was.
Well, the only reason she was scary to me is that I never did anything to her.
You know, well, that's the thing about her. She didn't have to do anything to her. She just naturally hated everybody that I was associated with.
I mean, we were just friends.
Yes.
And she decided that I was just, no.
Well, see, but here's the thing. See, now I have a sane
ovaries,
wife.
So you were a threat.
I have a sane wife now.
Yeah.
See. Oh, it didn't matter what gender you were. She hated everybody that I was associated with. Everybody.
I mean, your actual, like life partner, your soulmate. She's phenomenal.
Yes, she is sane, for the most part. And
she and I are good. We're friends. She is sweet. She is wonderful. I love her.
Do you know what would happen if we tried to do this show under the Pat regime?
There would be no show under the Pat regime.
No, I'd be living in alligators.
Yeah.
She used to go through my email all the time looking for stuff. The big problem was she was convinced that I was cheating on her. That's what the big problem was, really.
And if you look hard enough, you will find. Because you can say the dog was. And if you look hard enough, you can interpret it to mean whatever you want.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just the way it is. I mean, that's just the way of the world. I mean, like, I was watching something on TV the other night, and this girl got all jealous over a photo where the girl was trying to block the wind, and it looked like she was kissing her boyfriend's shoulder.
I see.
And she got all jealous over it. And she started shredding her boyfriend over, and she's like, "Why are you doing this with this Chelsea girl?"
Yeah.
And he's like, I didn't do anything. It was totally innocent.
Yeah.
We were on a boat. If you look, you shall find.
Yeah. We need to do a whole show about that. Thanks so much for hanging out with us this morning. It's time for you to go to work now. And if you don't have a job, it's time for you to go get one. And have a great weekend. See you back here on Monday.
The Podgram, copyright 2018. Big Tower Media. So don't be stealing our stuff.